Well, it's summer, and this thing is just getting a little bit too hot, so I think we're gonna have to give it a little bit of a trim. Now that's better. Hey guys, Mike with AAA Defense. Thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to talk to you about the Tuff Products Tourniquet Carry System Ankle Holster. It's a bit of a mouthful, so I will typically just call it the Tuff Products Ankle Med Kit. If you aren't familiar with me and my hobbies, I am a bit of a first aid geek. I like to have a lot of medical gear. I like to have a good amount of medical training. This really, for me, dates back to early instructors of mine who really just hammered home that you and I are much more likely to use a piece of medical equipment than we are our firearms. And given the amount of training and time I put into my firearms, I also would recommend and practice putting in that much time into training and carrying your medical gear. Now, because I'm a bit of a geek, I tend to carry a good amount of medical equipment, and if I'm wearing pants or shorts or something, it could be a little bit cumbersome. So I started looking for an easier, more low profile or less tactical way of carrying the gear. So I started stumbling upon these ankle kits or these ankle holsters. Some of them were a little bit pricey, looking at about $40 to $60-ish just for an empty medical ankle holster. So I stumbled upon this Tuff Products ankle med kit. It was probably about $20-25 on Amazon, so I decided to give it a shot. I am not opposed to any of the other ones. This is just what I found in my experiences with it. If somebody wants to send me some of the other ankle holster kits, I would be more than happy to take a look at them and do a review for them. Contact me and send them my way. So otherwise, let's get into this guy here. So the three questions that I probably had as far as this kit or any kit would be concerned is how much equipment can I put in it, how comfortable is it, and how well or how good is the retention, how reliable will this ankle holster hold up to movement, running, climbing, things like that, where your equipment's not spilling out of it. So those were really my top three questions before I really put it through its paces. So let's take a look inside this Tuff Products ankle medical kit. So I got some footage here a little bit closer up, and we will go through and see what I have in here. So kind of going left to right on this guy, I have this H&H compression bandage. So typically what I like to do is carry the Israeli battle dressing. I think 3-inch or 4-inch. The newer versions have an additional gauze pad in there that you can tear off and pack if you need to, or just keep it for extra padding. But with the Tuff Products, I had a really tough time trying to fit this into the holster. So I reached out and I tried to find different maybe more compact pressure dressings, and I stumbled upon this H&H mini compression bandage. So wrapped it up, threw a little bandage on it, and it fit perfect into the first compartment. So that was really comfortable and really tight to fit in there, so I'm confident that it's not going to wiggle its way out. So in here I also have 2 pairs of medical gloves, or just gloves. The middle pocket is where I put my soft T tourniquet, my pneumo tension thorax needle, some medical shears, and then I also have behind there a pack of Quick Clot. This is all gear that I personally like to carry and I think would be helpful in some type of medical emergency. Now going over to the right there, I also have my airway tube, nasal airway passage, and a little what we like to call a boo-boo kit. It's got Band-Aids, Neosporin, stuff like that. With me having 3 kids, I'm much more likely to run into something where they need a Band-Aid for it. So that middle pocket that's on this holster seems to be the biggest pouch that's on here, but still not big enough to fit that Israeli battle dressing. So that's why I put all the majority of the gear in that center pocket. The only other thing that I would recommend you carry, and that I recommend trying to figure out a way to fit into this ankle holster, is an emergency blanket, space blanket, whatever you want to call it. Because if you run into a situation where you have blood loss, massive blood loss, your victim could experience hypothermia, or would greatly, very likely to experience hypothermia. So keeping a couple of those space blankets is definitely recommended if you're going to carry medical gear. So that's kind of the inside look at this ankle med kit. So let's get back to how this holds up. So after packing this full of gear, strapped it to my ankle, took it to work, which I work in an office environment, so not a lot of running and jumping. But I wore it around for about a week, and I was really surprised with all the gear that I had in it, how comfortable it was. And how after a couple hours, I really didn't even notice that it was on my ankle with a lot of gear packed into it. And I also noticed that it really had minimal printing. Now, if you're not familiar, printing is being able to see the outline of your pistol in a concealed carry environment, or for me, printing with this medical kit. And printing isn't necessarily the end of the world. Most people are tremendously involved in their phones and aren't paying attention. But for me, again, I'm a medical geek, and I'm also a bit of a printing geek, which I'm just really always trying to figure out how I can minimize printing without wearing, giant baggy clothes. So carrying this in with regular pants, dress pants, cargo pants, any kind of pants that I had on there, as you can kind of see, I took some shots of me just walking down the hallway in jeans, and it's barely noticeable. Maybe if you got down there and you're really staring, but if someone's staring at your ankles that hard, I don't know, that'd be pretty creepy. So I was pretty satisfied with that. But I had a trip coming up to go explore some caves, and I decided that would be a perfect opportunity to really put the ankle holster through its paces. So day one, wore a pair of jeans, strapped the ankle holster on, and we probably did a good 4 hours of hiking, and I'm thoroughly impressed with how this thing felt. I think the only discomfort that I had with it was my nasal airway tube. The packaging on there was a little bit rough, and it was rubbing against my foot. So what I decided to do was I just kind of rerouted how that airway passage was sitting. You could see it, I had it over here on the back end of where it would be, and this part was just kind of rubbing against my ankle. So I just took it and passed it through my shears, and it was fine. So good thing, test out your gear, see how it fits, and see how you need to adapt to it. So after 4 or 5 hours on the trails, going through actual caves, scraping through, crawling on my stomach, it held up perfect, and it was really comfortable. Nothing fell out of it. Nothing even came close to dislodging out of it. And, I'm not saying that I was easy on it at all. I wasn't. I was crawling through small cave openings on my hands and my knees, army crawl, and nothing came out. So I'm really happy with how that was. Now, day 2, it got a little bit warmer out, so I threw shorts on, and you know, I was kind of thinking, well, what can I do with this ankle kit if I'm if I'm wearing shorts? I'm not going to walk around with an ankle med kit on my body while I'm wearing shorts. So wrapping this guy up, and I stuck it in a cargo pocket on a pair of my cargo shorts, and it fit perfect. Now, yes, there is a little bit of a bulge in the shorts on the cargo pocket side, but it's manageable. It's not that noticeable, and you can carry everything that you need to carry if you were to come in contact with some type of emergency situation. So that pretty much solved my questions as far as comfort, retention, and printing. It's overall, for the price, this Tuff Products ankle med kit is a phenomenal buy. Deploying your products from it, I mean, you can just reach down and just grab the stuff you need, or you can unvelcro it off, open it up, get all the gear out that you need for it. But yeah, I'm just, like I said, I can't say it enough. For $25 on Amazon or directly from the manufacturer, for everything that I can put into this guy, the comfort, the concealability, the reliability of it, it's just over the top. So if you're looking for a good way to carry all of your gear on your person all the time, in winter, in summer, in dress clothes, in pants, I can't tell you how good this held up for me. So if you're looking for it on Amazon, it's going to be the Tuff Products Tourniquet Carry System Ankle Holster is what the name of it is that you go to search for it. So hopefully, if you are carrying a firearm, you are also carrying medical gear for you and for your family. And if you're looking for a low profile, less tactical way to do it, I strongly recommend you check out that ankle holster. So if you guys have any questions about this, message me, hit me in the comments. If you can, please, to help me out so I can get my message out to as many people as possible. Like the video, subscribe to the video, share the video. Feel free to comment in the comments if you have this, what type of configuration you have with it, what you use, or if you don't like this one and you use something else, put it in the comments for me, and please let me know. I am not opposed to looking at other things. Like I said, this is just what I found. This is my experiences based off of it. I'm really happy with it. Same thing with firearms and holsters. There's something out there for everybody. So carry your pistol, carry your medical. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you all stay safe, stay comfortable, and stay confident. Thank you.